Only teams win. Say it.
Only teams win.
God damn it, I want you to scream it. Only teams win.
Only teams win.
Now look at each other. Look at the man next to you and say it. Say it.
Only teams win.
Look in his eyes and say it.
Only teams win.
That's the truth.
All right, now, Pop, tomorrow, well, actually, yesterday, tomorrow, today is the beginning of football camp in high school all over this beautiful country. And here, here in the state of California, kids are starting football camp, including your son, my brother Dimitri, and Tommy's son, my cousin Anthony Papadakis, for the very proud Peninsula Panthers. Did you not have a religious ceremony? Did you not have a religious ceremony at the house last night to bless the boys and their legs and shoulders?
Yeah, we had a sacrament.
What did you do? Would you take us through it?
We prayed for they have courage. You know, Petro, it takes a lot to get through double days.
Yes, I know.
You walked out of one time.
Yes, at Berkeley.
Yeah, at Berkeley.
Not a proud moment for me.
The day before, the coach had called me. What's his name?
Keith Gilbertson.
Called me and said, you were already second string. It was your first 3-4 days there. The first time, 3 times you carried the ball, you went all the way.
Yes, but we're
and
not
then
talking
the next
about
day
me.
You called me, and what did you tell me?
I said I'm coming home.
Because you weren't prepared, right?
Yes, it's because I wasn't prepared.
Well, that shows you how difficult this thing is. Even a tough guy like you have a tough reputation. If you're not prepared to go through that ritual, it's very grinding and very tough. Everybody questions himself during that ritual.
So what did you do with the boys?
What I did, I anointed them with oil.
You were a priest or something?
Yeah, and we'll give them the water and pray for that they have perseverance. Because
now, I know when you rub
it's a
the
challenging
oil,
thing.
When you rub the holy oil on the legs of the boys, you can't forget that groin area.
You can't miss any area because
the
then they'd be
pull.
vulnerable. Right.
So did you get up there in the
Well, you
groin
can't
area?
make the same mistake that Achilles' mother made.
No, it's true.
You got to cover the bases.
You did this for Petros and Tasso as well.
Well, you have to protect them. You have to protect your son.
And
they can be someday worthy of one of your daughters, money. That's why.
I've heard, by the way, the motivational speeches you've given to the USC Trojans prior to their season starting as well. I mean, this football thing, very important to you.
It's important to all of us. It's when America comes alive. Let's face it. Come on, regionally, locally, nationally. You can't escape. Talk about the TV ratings of pro football and college football, even high school football, what people do. It's a matter of this. Those stadiums are not stadiums. They're actually modern-day ecclesias or churches. That's where people go to pray. That's where they go to become a socialized American.
You know, talking about the college ranks, Mr. Papadakis, we've had quite the week. I mean, arguably covering the best programs in the Pac-10, the quarterbacks from Cal, safety from UCLA, Ben Olsen from UCLA, along with the coach Pete Carroll. When you look at the Pac-10 and you think about Pac-10 football, USC, of course, at the top. Yet yesterday we had a caller that really wanted to make sure we remembered there is some controversy surrounding the Trojans. Do you feel as though that's still the case, or have we moved past
What are you talking about?
Did you give Reggie Bush $300,000?
Yeah,
if I had $300,000, I wouldn't give it to Reggie Bush. Matter of fact, Petro and Money and Reggie, I'm going to ask all three of you for a loan. I need a loan.
Oh, shut up.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Yeah, rent out a room in your house.
What do they talk about me? I serve it by the plate. I make it by the plate in a restaurant. I serve food in the restaurant. I clean the table up. We get it ready for the next party, and I'm giving money away. I'm printing money someplace, right? Come on, that's ridiculous. These guys, what is he drinking?
Did you hear that caller?
I heard him, and then he went on about my field pass or whatever. You know, how many people got field passes in this world? For crying out loud. It's an honor to get a field pass. And if they give it to you, it's an honor. You have to be a good guest when you're invited to the party. Haven't we always been good guests, Petro?
Well, I tried my best.
Well, that's what we do.
Except for at Cal, I guess I wasn't a very good guest.
Hey, if Pete Carroll or if somebody would have said, hey, give this to Reggie Bush, the field pass, right? They made a big issue of the fact. I would have been happy to give it to him. I like him. The kid, you know, he came to the restaurant. We recruited him and all that. He could have probably, I think he committed there. Not to me, to his coach. But my picture's on the field pass, and we don't look anything alike, so I couldn't give it to him. I had to keep it.
Now, you went to USC camp this week. What did you think?
What did I think?
Why is that so funny?
What did you say? What did you say the other day?
I said they had superior tempo.
It's tempo, yeah, but it's more than that. It's gone to a spiritual level. Pete Carroll doesn't coach by what he says. He coaches by what he means. it's his desire that he exposes, his heartfelt desire that he exposes to the boys, that's longing for victory, that his fighting spirit demands, that is contagious. And that's what those kids love. See, other men doubt themselves, and they're saying words to prove themselves to themselves while they're speaking. Not believable. Boys pick up the fire. Goo was the same way. Coach Goo, Marv Goo, he couldn't speak English, but it's what he wanted out of it. It's desire that drives a man to play that game, and you know as well as I. So what did we pray for yesterday? That they have the desire to compete, because if they don't, they're going to get their head bashed in.
All right, Pop. Well, thank you very much, and we love you. We'll
Goodbye.
see you this week.
Have a great week. Again, Mr. Papadakis.
That happens every time.
Every time. I think I'm going to get something in there. Wish him well for the weekend and don't get it in, but hey.
Let's discuss your football playing days. I mean, everybody's talking about this fight like it was the worst thing ever, and I agree.
But what happened on the field?
Yes, the fight was bad.
It's the Oregon coach's fault.
No, okay, no, it's not.
It is.
Okay, well,
You hear what he said at halftime?
Okay, before we talk about that, because I want your angle on that, tell us about what fighting was in games when you were playing. It was a little different, wasn't it?
In the words of Marv Goo, he said if they want to fight, we'll fight them in the parking lot after the game. The game was, the field there is like sacred ground. You go there, you do things between the lines, within the rules. You beat them fair and square. If they want part of you after that, you take them on in the park.
We're football players. We can't just go out there unless we just go tackle somebody, Mr. P.
But
what
Kirk,
do we do?
That's the gift of the business you're getting into, this talking about it in the radio and maybe broadcasting games someday and calling games like Petros does, is that football, if you played it, you really play vicariously every time you watch a game.
You're right. You're right.
And if you played linebacker, you'll be watching inside linebackers the rest of your life and judging them by their courage. Will you not?
Yes, I do it now. I do it.
You
to this
will
day.
be.
How disgusted?
Hold
on. How disgusted are you when you see a guy, even at the college level, turn it down?
No, I'm talking about even at the Pop Warner level.
Well, let's talk about somebody.
I'm upset. Oh, come on.
No, let the
better
kids
than
go.
that.
Let the kids grow up. And,
No, but I'm saying that in my mind, though, Mr. P.
He's
I'm
right.
in my mind.
but,
I'm in my
but
mind.
Let me tell you something, Kirk.
Yeah.
Is that football, those boys who play Pop Warner,
Yes.
they may not be courageous yet.
Yes.
But they put the uniform on because they want to be brave.
Yes. You're right.
And it's a coach's job not to scare them out of it or to coach them out of it, but to coach them into their heart and into their courage so they can find it and, find the courage to really put the power, behind the pop and go and play. It's a process. When I coach kids, and I've coached Pop Warner High School and college, when I coach kids, I want them to come to their own heart and their courage, because them putting on their uniform shows they have courage already. They might not know how to hit.
Yeah.
They might be afraid of it, but they want to overcome their fear. That's what football's all about.
Last thing.
Now, there's a player I want you to...
What?
Wait a minute now.
Go ahead.
There's a player I want you to watch. He's number 7 for the Sun Devils. Arizona State. His name's Vontez.
Perfect.
Yes.
Yeah. I want you to watch
Kirk
him.
knows.
I know.
Because he plays, I tried to play like he plays. He really destroys the line of scrimmage. He takes on all comers, and he takes just as much pride in defeating a blocker who's coming at him hard as he does, ruining a ball carrier.
Nothing's worse than when I walked into a Mexican restaurant with my dad when we were kids, and there was a guy cleaning a table. It was Taxco. The name of the place is Taxco. Nice guy owns it, right on Western in San Pedro. And my dad walks in and says to the guy cleaning the table, "Hey, vato!" And
I thought you were going to say, "Ayúdame, por favor."
No, he does that anyway.
Yeah.
He can't control that. But,
Hey, vato.
"Hey, vato!" And the guy looks at us, and I immediately grabbed my father and walked him back outside. I said, "Now we can't eat here."
Ever.
I said, we can't go in there ever again." Why? Why? Because you said, "Hey, vato," to the busboy, Dad. That's what we say. I grew up here in this town. We say, "Hey, vato." That is how we talk. And I said, "Yeah, Dad, it's not going to work." Or when there's like a Filipino dude serving you, and my dad goes, "Amigo, más agua, por favor."
We're going to go.
Yeah.
I'm going to go.
I'm sorry.
Go hit up the Admiral
Sir,
Risty, and we'll find our comfort zone.
I am sorry about my father. But what can you say? He's my